Your businesses can make money any way they want to make money. So your setup of all your LLCs can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. The only thing that I think is really, really important for each business is for each business to have at least its own bank account, at least its own checking account, so you can keep a separate set of books and understand what businesses are making you how much. So if that's the case, then you can go full build out of each company, LLC, EIN, bank account, or you can go a little bit simpler, go LLC and then DBA each business, bank account, right? Because a DBA, you can get an EIN with it, and then you can open a bank account with it. Or you could go even simpler, and you can just have one LLC, and it can contain everything, and you just open up separate bank accounts for each one. So it depends on your level of expertise and how much you want to devote to it. Soon you're going to need a bookkeeper to handle this stuff for you.
Yeah,
And
and I'm working on that right now.
okay, and I have some more referrals for you if you need them to see if they would be a good fit. But either way, eventually you're going to need someone to take care of your books so you can focus on growing your businesses. That would be a smart hire. What is up, my dude? Good afternoon, my friend. I'm
Good
super
afternoon. How's everything going?
great. Thank you for asking. I'm looking forward to talking with you today, Nicholas. Thank you, first of all, for being a student. I appreciate that. It means the world to me that you trusted me with your attention and money. Seriously.
No, man. I mean, this has been a really journey for me to go this fast, to go this, to this point. My story is really crazy, actually, to getting to this point.
Will
And
you please tell me? Give it to me. I want to hear it.
this was crazy. To make the long story short, I was working with TV station before. I was working with ABC, NBC, Telemundo, all these networks. In 2017, they fired me. So I was like, no job. I have to pay tons of bills and everything.
Yeah.
And I was in the rat race, tons of debt, 37,000 in debt. And I was like, you know what? This is not, I mean, I have to find somehow to get out of this. So I
No doubt.
started working everything, selling solar panels, singing in nightclubs. I mean, tons of things. In 4 months, I went out of debt. And then
Well
we
done.
decided with my wife to open the photography business. And now we have two businesses doing photography and video. After a couple years, look, man, this is crazy. I have, I mean, I didn't know anything about how to deal with money. And I purchased this book.
Nice.
I purchased this book,
Yes.
Seven Habits. I mean, all of them in
Nice,
Spanish.
dude. That's a great one.
Intelligent investor as well.
Yep. Okay.
In 1 year, I read all those books, and my life changed.
No joke, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
They're that
crazy.
good. Okay.
It's crazy. So basically, my life changed, but I didn't know how to start.
Okay.
So I was just like, you know what? Let's go all in.
Yeah.
And I decided to open a cleaning business.
Okay.
The cleaning business,
I love
you know,
cleaning businesses, by the way.
I love them. I love them. And it's been open for 5 months already, 6 months already.
Okay.
And it's been slow. I already passed through this. First year is crazy. Second year is even crazier. But now with your course, I mean, with your classes, with your knowledge, and that you pass it through, I'm like, dude, it's really easy. I mean, you just everything is out there. You just have to find it. And
No doubt.
I'm
Yep.
always thinking numbers, how to do everything easier, how to get out of the equation, how can I like delegate
Yep.
things. And your course is like everything is in there, and I'm like, thank you. Somebody understands what I'm passing right now.
Hell yeah,
So
dude. Okay, that makes me feel good, dude. That makes me feel good because you're the exact person it was designed for, and yeah, it makes me happy that you're getting the answers you seek. Okay, please
yeah,
continue.
and well, basically the course it's really well explained. For me, it's really hard sometimes to explain my wife,
Hmm.
and she was just sitting next to me watching some of the videos, and she was like, oh, it's easy, it's not that hard. I mean, it's kind of confusing, but it's really cool.
That's right.
And you said in your class, it's like as like as long every time you learn something, you notice that There's more out there. It's like walking in the night with the lamp.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
light anything and then like, what's there? And you keep walking and walking and walking and walking until you find more path. So that's the reality of everything. Obviously, I have tons of questions during
Okay.
the videos,
Hmm.
and but every single video in the order you put it in, it's like, okay, hold on, it's gonna come out after that.
Yeah.
So and I even talk to you, and then after you like I text you on Instagram, you reply really fast and everything, and then the next two videos of what I did ask you, the video give me again the answer. So I was like, oh, I should wait. Let's take the course first, finish it, and then I'm gonna make the appointment with Devin so I
I'm
can
so
do
glad
that.
you did, dude. I can't wait to hear how we can start applying some of this stuff to your businesses. Because
Yeah,
I know there's something I can help you with.
man, and I really need help in this part because it's driving me crazy. I already
Okay.
put like the map the way you did it. Uh, it's really hard to understand, but basically what I did is I just have one DBA on the open on one of the businesses,
Mm-hmm.
which is the events and commercial photography and all this stuff.
Okay.
But I want to open now the LLC, combining the two photography businesses. So what I was thinking basically is just open an LLC and get another DBA with for my wife's business and put those DBAs under that LLC. That was my plan. On the cleaning business, I'm going to open another LLC. And on the trailers and the rental properties that I'm thinking of getting in the future, I'm going to put another two LLCs. And what I want to do basically is, and I don't know if that's something that I should do or not, but what I want to get is this one, two, three, and in the future, four LLC, put it under one LLC, tax as an S-Corp. So basically, I don't know if that's a holding and the way you should do it or not. And what I'm doing this because on the future, the cleaning business, I want to keep working on it. I mean, if it's gonna take me 5, 10 years, doesn't matter. But you never know. Maybe I get tired of that and I want to sell it. That's it. Let's get out of that. Even with the trailers rental,
Okay.
I'm planning with that. But the photography business, that's our baby. We're not gonna sell it. We're not gonna do
Okay.
anything. But I want to protect my wife and I want to protect my assets as well.
Okay. Good. 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 What state are you in?
Texas.
Texas. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Texas is a great place to live for taxes. Kind of sucks to open up LLCs because they cost $500 each, but you know what?
Yeah. I
It's
was
one time.
here last week and it was like around 300 just
Yeah,
for.
it can be expensive. Okay. So how much money is coming in from each of those companies?
Okay, on the trailers right now, we have a cash flow of $600 every month,
Okay.
um, with just one trailer.
Okay, and
And
you're
we're
renting that
planning,
trailer, right?
yes, and we're planning on getting two more.
How much did the
Uh,
trailer cost you out of curiosity?
okay, this is really, really crazy. Every trailer, it's around 37, $45,000 to get one. What I was
Okay.
doing is the
So you
way I
paid
opened
back
it,
in like 3 years?
yeah. And what I did basically to start with that business is find a good condition trailer that I can start working with and a lower price. We purchased that for around $10,000, and right now with depositing everything that it's coming through on that trailer, I already got all my. I mean, my ROI was even before that was expecting, and it's cash flowing right now $600. The problem is I don't have any debt on that one, and it's really hard for me on taxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm planning on getting two more with debt,
Hmm.
so in that way I can push that and my cash flow. I mean, like I
Yeah.
can balance that.
Yeah.
So that's
Now,
one
those
of my.
passive earnings can only offset passive losses. And so, what we eventually need to do is figure out a way to get you a way to capture passive losses, because that's passive income. It is going to go on your Schedule E instead of your Schedule C on your tax return. So, like when you have money coming in from trailer rentals, it's a different
Mhm.
type of earning capacity. But that's okay. That's good. That's good. And I totally understand where you're coming from with taxes. Let's circle back really quick. Tell me about the photography business and tell me about the cleaning business. Give me the numbers for those.
Okay, on the cleaning business, I already spent around $15,000 in purchasing all the equipment, a new truck to carry everything around. haven't opened the LLC yet or anything like that. And I just had one client, which was my ex TBA station, my ex employer. They gave me the opportunity to clean their restrooms, kitchen, and all the stuff. And I just got from there like around $1,000. Right now, I'm working on getting new clients, but before that, I was like, okay, I want to set up everything first and then focus on sales. I
Okay.
don't want to be struggle anymore with accounting the receipts. I mean, my desk is a mess right now. I would like to show you. I'm
Oh, I
working right
bet.
now, and I'm
Okay.
tired.
So you're showing a loss for the cleaning business, but you anticipate growing it up to a point, and you may eventually sell it.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I'm not planning on sell it,
Okay.
but I I'm having like maybe that on my in case I get tired of that or I don't know
No,
something
no
whatever.
problem. And
But
the photography businesses, how much are those earning right now?
well, photography business on the what I do is I separate them just by name, but I combine everything.
That's okay.
And for example, last year we got on $70,000
Okay.
on the net after expenses and everything because we spent last year a lot growing the business.
Yeah.
It is around 20, 21,000 the net
Okay.
income.
Great. It's
But
really good.
last some other years, the first year we got a net income on the business around 25,000, and we've been
Okay.
keeping on that because we're growing on equipment, lighting, new props. Um, I mean, we try to grow every single year, and my plan is on the first 5 to 6 years grow the business like the faster I can grow it, and then try to grow the next year six. I mean, 6 or 7 year to not have a net income of 20,000, but instead of 60, 70,000. Just
Nice.
change it.
I agree.
So that's my goal on those businesses.
Okay. I think that's awesome. Now, just to reiterate, just make sure your businesses can make money any way they want to make money. So your setup of all your LLCs can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. The only thing that I think is really, really important for each business is for each business to have at least its own bank account, at least its own checking account, so you can keep a separate set of books and understand what businesses are making you how much. So if that's the case, then you can go full build out of each company, LLC, EIN, bank account, or you can go a little bit simpler, go LLC and then DBA each business, bank account, right? Because a DBA, you can get an EIN with it, and then you can open a bank account with it. Or you could go even simpler, and you can just have one LLC, and it can contain everything, and you just open up separate bank accounts for each one. So it depends on your level of expertise and how much you want to devote to it. Soon, you're going to need a bookkeeper to handle this stuff for you.
Yeah,
And
and I'm working on that right now.
okay, and I have some more referrals for you if you need them to see if they would be a good fit. But either way, eventually you're going to need someone to take care of your book so you can focus on growing your businesses. That would be a smart hire. So, what we want to get to, Nick, and you know this from the course, is eventually we want to have our holding company, right? You're going to eventually want a Texas LLC that is taxed as an S-Corp. And
Mhm,
that's the only company that you and your wife are going to get paid from.
mhm.
All the other LLCs are going to pay consulting fees to this S-Corp.
That's one of the questions that I have. Those consulting fees, they change monthly. Should I
Okay.
put? I mean, how should I set up those cost um, fees for
Hmm.
every each? Uh,
It's a really good question. So what I do is, of course, some months are going to be different than others. You know what I mean? Not every month you're going to have consistent income. So for like the cleaning business, I might take 10% of every dollar that comes in and put it into a separate account that I pass up in consulting fees to my main company so that I can earn, and then everything else I reinvest. Maybe it's 20%. I
okay.
don't know. Maybe it's a set dollar amount. Maybe you take whatever's left over at the end of the month after expenses and you pass those up as consulting fees. That way your company makes $0 on paper.
Okay.
Okay, so you could do that. There really isn't a right or wrong answer. You just don't want to go in the red by taking too much money out of the company and passing it to yourself. So
Hmm.
I recommend once or twice a month taking some of the profits, a portion of the profits, not all of them, a portion of them, and passing them up to you. Because we still have to save for things like taxes,
Hmm.
and
And if I put, for example, on the LLC, the one that is going to be taxed as an S-Corp, I have to get a, well, salary and my wife as well, right? And then we split everything as a, just like
Yeah.
distribution.
Well, you're married, correct? And you file taxes together?
Yes.
Okay. So you and your wife are looked at as one thing in the IRS's eyes. So you're just
Okay.
one person, you and your wife combined. So either of you can take a salary. Doesn't matter. Or both. Or both. My wife and I both take a salary from our holding company.
Okay.
Yep. And then the rest we transfer to ourselves in distributions. When you pay yourself like that, you avoid self-employment tax, which is what makes it so beneficial.
Okay. Anyway, I mean, the company's going to pay that so in on the numbers when you do the S-Corp, right?
So when the money comes up to your S-Corp, you have to pay
Uh-huh.
yourself in two ways. You pay yourself in the first way with a paycheck, which is a salary. And then the second way you pay yourself is just a transfer, a bank transfer. But you call it a distribution because when you have an S-Corp, it's called a distribution. And distributions you don't have to pay self-employment tax on. And so it saves you some money in the long run in taxes by putting all the money in your S-Corp and then paying yourself with it. Okay.
Okay. One of the questions that I have with, well, two questions with my wife is if I do that, do I have to separate taxes? I mean,
Good question.
so for example, one for the company and then the other one for me and my wife, or everything is as well combined?
When you have just a regular LLC, all of the earnings of the LLC just go on your and your wife's tax return.
Okay.
Okay, there's no extra stuff. There's no extra tax returns. It's still just one tax return. And because you're considered self-employed, you just have multiple ways of earning from different self-employed businesses. When we upgrade to an S-Corp, things change a little bit. We have to file a new tax return now. A tax return just for your S-Corp. It's called an 1120S. So now the S-Corp files a tax return and you and your wife file a tax return. But all the LLCs consult with the S-Corp. Okay? So now these LLCs aren't going to be on your tax return anymore. It's going to be income that is shown on your S-Corp tax return. And so now you have two filings. Filing for yourself and a filing for your S-Corp. And so it's even better because it hides all of the nuances of the income for your LLCs, which is kind of cool. But the short answer is that it's very simple to do, and it's not going to overly complicate your situation. You just need to make sure that you have the right person on your team to help you out, or at least know of a tax professional that can help you organize and get everything, all your taxes put together and then filed. You're going into territory now where it's going to be reasonable to spend a couple $1,000s to file your taxes.
Mhm.
But if you have the right person, they will save you much more than you pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I was, I mean, thinking long time ago to start doing, because I know that we can grow more, but if I keep doing all the accounting and being behind my wife, like, okay, let's check. We use a service that is called Honeybooks, and they give us the income, the expenses, everything, and I can check the data. But some of the things, it doesn't show me cash flow statements. It doesn't show
Nope.
me anything like that.
Yep.
So,
And what do you do when the bank account doesn't match the money in your
oh
Honeybooks?
God, it's a headache. It's a headache.
I know.
So,
So I have a couple different places I will hook you up with. One is bookkeeping only. The other one is, well, the other one is a guy who manages bookkeepers and does your taxes, and he understands S-Corp tax returns. I've interviewed him and made sure he was the correct person. And so I'll give you two solutions that you can reach out to after this call, and maybe they can help you.
awesome. Thank
But
you.
I would expect to spend anywhere between $250 and $600 a month on a bookkeeper / CPA.
And it's gonna be for every business, or he combines everything?
So it'll help you with everything, but it's just you need to figure out, how we're going to actually do your specific situation, because you have these three companies that you want to do, but are you going to form LLCs for each one and then form a fourth LLC and tax it as an S corp, or are you going to go real simple? Because in my opinion, you could just take the photography business, turn that one into an S corp, and it be your holding company, and then all the other businesses pay your photography company, and then the photography company pays you. You could theoretically only have one company, if you wanted to. One LLC taxed as an S-Corp, and it could do photography, cleaning, and rentals.
And that's where it comes to my other question. Let's say I have a rental, and I, I mean, I hope never it happens, but currents they're outside, and
Yeah.
I get a suit from the rental property. I don't want to get the rental property to affect all my other businesses. So how can if they're all inside that LLC, I guess the judge is gonna say everything is combined. We're gonna take from everything, or I don't know how it
Correct.
work.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. But we don't want to, for sake of discussion, I wasn't thinking about having rental properties, only the trailer. If you want rental properties, we do not put rental properties inside S-Corps. We keep them separate from the rest of our business activity because it causes tax problems when you want to get rid of the property. So all investment properties, all rental properties get their own LLCs
Okay.
or multiple properties in one LLC.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, you don't have to have it all in an LLC. It can just be separate from, and you can just own it. But you really have to weigh that against your risk, your risk tolerance. Do you think you're going to get sued? Or if you do, then you should have an umbrella policy and put it in an LLC.
Yeah, because the problem is, as I say, my wife, she works with newborns, and it's highly risk. People see the good part of the business, but they don't understand that they're really fragile. They're babies, so you have to take care of them like really, really careful.
Yep.
And the ways like I don't want to, for example, I hope never happens, but if I get sued from that one, that it doesn't affect my cleaning business, or either way, if
Okay.
one of my employees affect a restaurant or apartments cleaning or anything, that they don't come behind from that one and they take part of the business photography. So you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Like bank account separate, but I want to keep everything as well separate, so it doesn't matter if they go for the clean business. Go for the clean business. Don't touch anything else.
Okay. If that's what you ultimately want, then you are correct with your original setup. And it's going to take some extra work and it's going to take some extra management and it will cost you some money to get set up.
Okay.
But it will achieve what you want to achieve, what you just said.
Okay.
Separate LLCs and bank accounts and EINs for everything. And then create a new S-Corp, a new LLC, taxed as an S-Corp when you're ready. Not now, when you're ready. What we ultimately want to do is we want to have at least 50 grand in cash from all your businesses in profit for the year, passed up. Once you get to that point, then we'll create an LLC in Texas, tax that as an S-Corp, pass all the money up into it, set up your payroll, and put all the money into that S-Corp and then pay you with it. And so we'll probably shoot to start that for next beginning of next year so that you can have enough cash for it.
Yeah, basically what I was thinking of doing this year is just open all the LLCs and do one tax return as an owner, self-employed on all of them.
Yeah.
Check what's gonna be my net income after taxes and everything.
Yeah.
And basically start from there, taking the decision if I'm gonna open the LLC as an S-Corp or not. And I already have all the names for everything. I already have all the plan. I was kind of organized, and you just come out.
No, you're super organized. Super organized, dude.
You just came here and you just like, you're doing this one, let's do it this way easier, or you're doing it right, but I'm gonna show you an easier way.
I feel you.
But yeah, those were my concerns as far as protection and how to organize everything.
Okay. I recommend using INC file when you get everything set up. And when you use the reason I recommend them is not because they are a software or because I get affiliate commissions, but because they give you the opportunity to outsource every aspect of building the business. Well, let me give you an example. There's a good chance you and your wife are going to move eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Have you thought about moving the addresses and all the setup of 4 companies? I have, and I've done it. It fucking sucks. Yeah. So here's my point. My point is that INC file has extra services like registered agent and virtual address. The reason I like to set up businesses with them is because they give you the option to say, hey, do you want us to give you be your registered agent for you? It's only $100 a year. And I'm like, yes, I do, because I'm going to move eventually and I don't want my address to be public.
Mm-hmm.
Then they say, hey, do you have a business address? You can use our address in Texas if you want. Anytime mail gets sent, I'll open it and scan it and email it to you. And I'm like, yes? You're going to keep my address private and I get to use your address and live anywhere in the world? Okay, let's do it. $20 a month. And so now for, $30 a month, you have a registered agent and a business address that you can just log in and check your mail. You don't have to go to the mailbox anymore. Like, dude, it makes life easy and simple and straightforward. So I highly recommend going that route if you can when you're setting up all these LLCs.
Actually, I was gonna take the route, and because also you explained, and they have an offer that basically when you open your LLC the first year, it's free on the register,
Yeah, dude.
all the stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna take that.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I need fast pace, and I don't want to be dealing anymore with accounting and all that stuff because I'm not an accounting person.
No. Neither am I, dude. Neither am I. No, we're business owners and we need to drive the business forward and we need to continue to grow it and come up with new ideas and innovate. And if we're wasting all of our time organizing the books, then our time is not being spent well. And so
Yeah,
I think you're 100% right, Nicholas, and I agree with you.
I'm gonna wait on the LLC for the cleaning business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna keep it as a DBA, I guess, or just
Mm-hmm.
leave it like that. I already have a one DBA and an EAM for the photography business on events. But what I'm gonna do is just open an LLC and put those business together.
Okay.
And on the trailers, we'll open another LLC and keep it like that.
Okay. You should be able to transfer the DBA to a new LLC by contacting your county.
Okay, didn't know that.
Yeah, so you can contact the county that you filed the DBA in, and then you can basically tell the county clerk that open up a new LLC and we want to transfer the DBA to this LLC, and they'll teach you how. It's usually one form.
Okay, perfect. And something that I was checking also on your Instagram, you have something that it's like a map. That,
Mm.
what is that?
It's called a wealth map. So my CPA and I, his name is Steven, and he's super smart, man. He's great. When I first started working with Steven, I told him all of my goals and dreams and aspirations, just like you told me with all about all your businesses. And he put together a tax and wealth strategy for me. He said, here's where your company needs to be. Here's where your subsidiaries need to be. Here's where your rental properties go. Here's the C-Corp for this product company. Here's where the living trust goes. And all your investment accounts, SEP IRA, Roth IRA, 401k, all those things are down here. Here's how you manage all of it. And here's what you're trying to achieve built out. And it blew my fucking mind. I was just like, oh my God, this is insane. This is so cool. Fast forward a handful of years later, and now we have teamed up to offer that same service to other people. So we design the wealth maps for individuals who are making more than about $250,000 a year. Because what we do was we take their tax returns, we look at all of what they want to accomplish, we map out how to build out their companies, and then we show them how to lower their taxes. And so most people, we save like $50,000 to $100,000 like every year in taxes by just showing them how to restructure, how to buy some real estate, how to take extra tax benefits from it and grow. So when you get to that level, dude, like you're already building it out the way you should right now. But when you get to that level, we can definitely talk about it.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It just won't benefit you a ton right now. The costs
Okay.
won't outweigh the gains, but it will one day because I can tell you're going to be successful.
Thank you. And I mean, it's been a really crazy journey.
Yeah, it has.
But I mean, if you wanna be someone or get to your goals, you have to just take hard decisions sometimes and just go for it.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm so excited for you, dude. You're going to do so many cool things. You are just on track to kill it. Way sooner than I was, too. So I'm very excited to see what you do.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can help you with, like, while we're talking? And
Well, right now, I mean, I don't have any questions right now so far. I just have to start working on the process of the LLCs and all that stuff. But if something, I mean, come up, I try to email you or something
Please.
like that.
Fastest way is Instagram, but if you shoot me an email, I got you. Whatever way you decide to reach out, I got you. Okay, Nick?
Yeah, now, thank you very much, man, for everything. And well, I just have to organize everything, all this mess, and start from there. I hope before, my goals and everything, man, I can go to California. You have your home here in Texas as well, whenever you want to get
Hell
here.
yeah.
And I hope we can grow together and maybe doing business in the future. You never know, man.
You never know,
But
dude. I love that. I love opportunities like that. Awesome, Nick. Well, if you ever need anything, keep me posted. Keep me posted. We'll stay in contact. We'll be friends. Deal?
for sure. And whatever you need, we're here to help you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you too. Bye
Bye.
bye.